Today, humans control almost every corner of the planet. We build cities visible from space. We redirect rivers. We fly across oceans. We walk on the moon, and yet if you compare us to most animals, our success makes almost no sense. We don't have claws. We don't have fangs. We can't outrun a horse. We can't outswim a dolphin. We can't outfight a bear. A human dropped into the wild is surprisingly fragile. So here's the mystery. How did a weak hairless ape become Earth's dominant species? Why do humans run the world? The answer begins with a terrifying truth. For most of human history, we didn't rule the world. We were trying desperately not to die in it. Imagine waking up 100,000 years ago. There are no houses, no locks, no hospitals, no supermarkets, no police, no electricity, no guarantee you'll survive the week. The world is filled with predators, lions, hyenas, leopards, wolves, massive snakes. Even giant birds capable of killing a child. At night, darkness wasn't peaceful. Darkness was dangerous. Every sound mattered. Every shadow could mean death. Humans were not at the top of the food chain. Far from it. For hundreds of thousands of years, we lived in constant competition with animals that were stronger, faster, and deadlier than us. Think about that for a second. The species that now controls the planet once spent every night worrying about being eaten. And that created a problem. A huge one. If humans were so weak, why didn't we disappear? Why aren't museums filled with fossils from a failed species called Homo sapiens? Why are we here at all? But then something strange happened. Instead of becoming stronger, humans became smarter together. Most animals rely on individual power. Humans discovered collective power. One person is weak, 10 people are dangerous, 100 people can change an ecosystem, 1,000 people can reshape a continent. This sounds obvious today. Back then it was revolutionary. Imagine standing beside a small campfire as the sun disappears behind the horizon. Around you are members of your tribe. Children, parents, grandparents, hunters returning from a failed hunt. Nobody is particularly impressive alone. But together, something remarkable emerges. Knowledge. One person knows where water can be found. Another remembers animal migration routes. Another knows which plants are poisonous. Another can make better tools. Information begins to accumulate. And unlike claws or teeth, knowledge can be shared. The smartest human didn't need to survive forever. They only needed to teach someone else. Now remember this, that ability changed everything. A lion is born knowing roughly what lions knew thousands of years ago. Humans are different. Each generation can start where the previous one ended. Knowledge stacks, ideas stack, skills stack. Over time, this creates something more powerful than strength. It creates culture. And culture became humanity's secret weapon. Modern genetics suggests that humans passed through several periods when our population became dangerously small. At certain points, our ancestors may have numbered only a few thousand individuals, small enough to disappear, yet somehow they survived. Scientists believe cooperation played a major role. Humans weren't the strongest hunters, but they were among the best communicators. They could coordinate, plan, share information, work together toward a goal. A pack of wolves hunts together because instinct tells them to. Humans hunt together because they can imagine a future that doesn't exist yet. That difference is enormous. Imagine a mammoth standing in an open plain. One human cannot kill it, 10 humans probably can't either. But a coordinated group with a plan can predict movements, create traps, assign roles, adapt when things go wrong. For the first time in Earth's history, intelligence itself became a survival strategy. And once that happened, the balance of power began to shift. Slowly at first, then dramatically. Humans learned to make better tools, then better weapons, then better shelters, then better systems. Each improvement made the next improvement easier. And eventually something extraordinary happened. Humans stopped adapting to environments, they started adapting environments to themselves. Instead of evolving thicker fur, we made clothing. Instead of evolving sharper teeth, we made knives. Instead of evolving stronger muscles, we invented machines. Animals changed their bodies, humans changed the world around them. That single difference may explain more about human success than anything else, but there was another advantage. One that often gets overlooked. Humans can cooperate with strangers. Think about how unusual that is. Most animals trust only close relatives or small groups. Humans can build relationships with people they've never met. Entire civilizations depend on this ability. Your food was grown by strangers. Your phone was built by strangers. Your electricity comes from strangers. Every modern society is a giant network of cooperation. And that network started thousands of years ago in small tribes learning to trust one another. Anthropologists believe this ability allowed humans to form larger and larger groups. Larger groups meant more knowledge, more protection, more innovation, more survival. It became a feedback loop. Success created more success. And eventually, humans spread across the entire planet. From deserts to jungles, from frozen tundras to tropical islands, no other large animal adapted to so many environments so quickly. But perhaps the most important human advantage wasn't intelligence, it was imagination. Imagine two hunters looking at the same mountain. One sees a mountain, the other sees a path, a future camp, a better hunting ground beyond the horizon. Humans possess an unusual ability to imagine realities that don't yet exist. Stories, plans, goals, religions, nations, money. These things are invisible. You can't touch them, yet billions of people organize their lives around them. This sounds fake, but much of human civilization runs on shared imagination. A corporation exists because people believe it exists. A country exists because people agree it exists. Money has value because humans collectively decide it has value. This ability allowed millions of strangers to cooperate toward common goals. No lion can do that, no wolf can do that, no chimpanzee can do that. Humans became powerful because they learned how to believe together. And once they did, the world changed forever. One archaeological discovery captures this perfectly. Ancient human burials reveal something remarkable. People cared for injured individuals who could not survive alone. Some skeletons show severe disabilities, broken bones, lost limbs, serious illnesses. Yet they lived for years afterward. That means somebody helped them, fed them, protected them, cared for them. In a brutal world where survival was difficult, humans chose compassion. And that may have been one of our greatest strengths, because every person saved was another source of knowledge, another teacher, another storyteller, another problem solver. Human dominance wasn't built solely on competition. It was also built on cooperation, on helping each other survive. And over thousands of years, those small acts accumulated into something enormous. Civilizations, empires, technology, science, the modern world. Tonight, as cities glow across the planet, it's easy to assume human dominance was inevitable. It wasn't. There was nothing guaranteed about our success. Our ancestors were weak, vulnerable, often terrified. Many never lived past childhood, many never survived harsh winters, many became prey, yet somehow they endured not because they were the strongest, not because they were the fastest, but because they discovered something more powerful each other. As you watch this, you're benefiting from millions of years of accumulated cooperation. Every word you understand, every invention around you, every comfort in your life. All of it traces back to small groups of humans sitting around ancient fires, sharing knowledge and solving problems together. So why did humans become Earth's dominant species? Not because we conquered nature, not because we were born superior, but because we learned to cooperate, imagine, and build upon the ideas of those who came before us, and perhaps that's the strangest part of all. The species that runs the world today didn't win because it was the strongest animal. It won because it became the best at turning many minds into one.